As always, when I do the set review, I'm not really gonna be taking questions and stuff, so feel free to ask me stuff at the end, and we will get started.
Set actually matters so much for the entire tournament.
This is huge. This is winner's quarters right now. One of these guys will guarantee themselves a spot in top 6 of the event.
Alright, so one thing I will point out early on that is important in this matchup, when Marth down tilts, you traditionally want to jump over. But when Marth aerials, you don't want to jump. So a lot of the important details in this matchup will be to predict as Fox if the Marth decides to attack low or high. That's very, very important. And for Marth, obviously, he tries to also understand if Fox is going to short hop or stay grounded and try to punish aerials. That's a lot of how I play the matchup. If I predict down tilts, then I short hop down air. If I think they're going to aerial, then I often try to get running shines started. A good Marth will also try to drift differently when he, use aerial. A lot of bad Marth players tend to always drift back with fair, and then it's very easy to do running shine. A running shine is going to get harder to do against the landing from fair. It's going to be much harder if you mix up how you drift. So that's also a very important detail to keep in mind.
The entire tournament.
This is huge. This is winner's quarters right now. One of these guys will guarantee themselves a spot in top 6 of the event.
Leffen stuck in a bad position. Good ledge dash.
Zain's most notable wins during his come up was beating Leffen at Smash and Splash a couple of years ago.
And
Game
getting
5.
And getting hugged by HBox right away.
Getting hugged by HBox. HBox was happy about that. For some reason.
You think HBox is gonna hug him if he wins here?
Maybe.
All right, give me 1 sec. I'll just close the window. It's quite a bit of traffic outside. I'm not sure if that's picked up by the mic, but in case it is, I think it's better to just play it safe.
I'm sure he'd rather play it. Well,
HBox is gonna hug him if he wins here.
maybe. I'm sure he'd rather play.
Alright, some people might wonder here, how the hell did Zain get his shield up in time? Because Leffen does a shine here, right? So he should get shine up smash. But when you are in this area of FOD, pretty much around the space where the grass finishes off here, if you shine here, it's almost like you're on a hill. I'm not really sure exactly how to explain it, but if you are in this position and you get shine, it's like you're in the air, and since you are in the air, when you land, you can shield right after. So as Sheik, for example, when you recover, it's good to land precisely there, because then if they try to wave shine you, they can't. So that's actually important as characters like Marth, Sheik, Falcon. Fox players, it's important for them to recognize when their opponent landed there so they can shine. So yeah. For the Marth, Sheik, Falcon, etc., important to try to land there occasionally to make it harder for Fox, because then he can choose shine. And for the Fox, it's important to recognize when they landed on that spot, so they don't go for an unnecessary shine. Because now, Zain got out of the situation.
At this point, Zain's actually done very well versus HBox as well.
Oh, that's good CC. That's also another thing, run up jab with Fox is really, really good, but it does lose to CC. If you CC Fox's run up jab, you can actually get a grab, for example, which is really good. Axe was actually really good at using that against Leffen in their sets from GOML, if I recall correctly.
Maybe just a handshake from HBox. Pat on the back.
Maybe like a friendly wave.
Maybe just a handshake from HBox. Pat on the back.
Dash back by Zain.
At this point, maybe just
in this scenario, I would expect that Leffen thought Zain was gonna go in, so he was trying to beat Zain's dash in with dash attack, but Zain decided to go back and he got the grab.
Maybe like a friendly wave. Maybe a wink.
Oh, Zain with the Ken combo, the classic finishing off that first stock in style.
Got him.
Ooh.
A little bit
Zain.
eager with up smash.
Good dash dancing in the neutral, just able to weave his way
Yeah,
in
that's
and
good.
out of Fox's space and bite as soon as he sees Fox overcommit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And bite as soon as he sees Fox overcommit.
Yeah.
I wonder if... Nah, Leffen probably couldn't air dodge, but sometimes, as Fox, when you get hit close to the edge, by weaker moves, Marth's jab, a Fox dash attack, trying to set up for the Armada shine, and so on. If you have low damage, you can actually sometimes air dodge back on stage instead of, you know, fall below edge, so you have to up B. Leffen and Mango are both really good at recognizing when they can air dodge on stage, so that's an important thing to do as Fox, to recognize when you can air dodge back on stage instead of always, you know, fall down, so you have to up B. Zain did get the counter here, but I personally think this is relatively gimmicky. I'm pretty sure as the set moves on that Leffen dodges it quite a few times. I really don't think that counter should work often at all. Sometimes, of course, it can be really tricky angles and so on. But overall, I think Marth players gets away with it way too much.
Even though Leffen tries the craziest angle and then the counter into the up B, Zain looking pretty hot with the edge guard.
Yeah, and Zain definitely popularized these
Ooh.
Marth.
Zain looking pretty hot with the edge guard.
Yeah, and Zain definitely popularized.
For me personally, sometimes when Marth attacks with aerials and I don't try to running shine, what I like to do if I get in range, now this was very good spaced by Zain, but hypothetically speaking, if this was a bit closer, I like to CC Marth's fair and then try to attack him, because Fox is very slightly faster than Marth. So if Marth tries to run away from you, you will catch up relatively quickly. So I think CC against Marth is very good. It's very common for Marths when they land fair that they always dash back. So what I like to do is to sometimes crouch cancel the fair and then try to attack him quickly.
Popularize these Marth reverse up B edge guards against Fox.
A good full hop.
Good, and Zain definitely popularized these Marth reverse up B edge guards against Fox. Edge guard.
Yeah, the full hop giving him, like, you know, since he full hopped instead of the short hop, he could actually beat Zain's dash back attempt.
Because if Fox is below the stage,
Oops.
doesn't reverse up B edge guards against Fox. So good, because if Fox is below the stage and
went for the
doesn't
air
double
dodge.
jump, then he's essentially dead.
Yeah, if you go out
Pretty
there at
much
the right
every time. Yeah, it's actually insane to watch.
Oh, that was a good slide off the eye. That's very important. It's very important as fast fallers to do that. You hold 90 degrees on the control stick, so 90 degrees right on the control stick and fully down on the C stick. So instead of like bouncing up from the down air, you can see how Fox immediately can start acting again.
Almost never misses that.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, up tilt really good as an anti-air, really quick, sets up nice for stuff.
Almost never misses that.
And then good dropping through platform.
Very many things,
to be honest.
His punish game is that up B edge guard.
Dude, Zain doesn't miss very many things, to be honest.
His punish game is very on point.
Yeah.
Okay. Leffen gonna get the up throw back air.
But still at 122%.
Ooh, a little bit early with the shine, I think.
The up throw back air.
But still at 122%. Yeah.
Yeah, often I feel like Marvs, they are going in that range close to the edge, and a lot of Foxes tend to leave the ledge slightly too early, so Marth grabs onto the ledge. If you wait a slightly bit longer, you can often get a shine spike. I feel like that tends to work against a lot of Marths. It's not like a universal solution or anything, but it's one thing to keep in mind, because I feel like Marth players gets away too much with pretty much getting the ledge for free.
Still at 122%, and Zain gets the upper on ledge.
Oh, that was good. Good up smash.
I think Zain is 2%, and Zain gets the upper on.
Yeah, Zain tried to dash away, but he didn't even really have much room to work with at all. Yeah.
Ledge, 133%. I think Zain is prized to take this next stock.
Yeah.
With a healthy lead going into Leffen's last stock.
He's gonna need an opening though. Leffen not trying to give it to him. Let's see what he can do. Ooh,
That's
what a
the-
power shield.
That is the plight of Marth, right? At this particular percent, it's not going to be like KO food.
Right.
Ooh,
there's no
Leffen not quite trusting his ledge dash there.
Really, you kind of just gotta land a stray strong hit.
Right.
And there's one.
I'll be out of shield. That'll do it. Nice healthy lead for Zain.
Yep. Leffen recognizing he has enough time for the shine. Can he get something from this? Ah, that was very unfortunate. But yeah, that's the one we were talking about earlier. I really think this counter is way too gimmicky. In the future, if Zain plays Leffen, I don't think we're gonna see many counters. Leffen is not easily gonna give them to Zain. That doesn't mean that Leffen will never ever get hit by it, because obviously, as we saw earlier, he did get hit by it, but you can't expect to get these counters against Leffen often.
What an angle from Leffen. That was surviving. Edge guard, but he's off stage.
Also, not that it applies specifically here, because Zain has too much damage, but if Fox does Shine up smash and you have very low damage, you can actually hold down and tech in place Fox and then grab him while he's in lag from up smash. So if Fox wave shine you at low damage, and this applies to every character that can get wave shine, if Fox wave shine up smash you at low damage, you can hold down, press tech very earlier than you expect, and then you should tech in place, because then you get a guaranteed punish. Doesn't have to be a grab, but every grab that is like 7 frames, because that's the standard. The standard grab in Melee is 7 frames. Of course, it's some exceptions with, like, you know, tether grabs and stuff, like Samus grabs, for example. But yeah, if you take away in that scenario, you can't punish Fox. Yeah, holding down on the control stick is enough. Maybe it works extra long if you do like some different method, but you can just hold down. You can just hold down. So hold down in advance, press tech quite earlier than pretty much everyone expects. Because people I've shown it to, they always tend to fail the tech timing a lot, and then I tell them, like, press really earlier than what feels natural, and then they start getting the timing down. So if you like get wave shine, it's like, let's say Falcon at low damage and they up smash, you can tech the up smash, get the grab. Fox obviously can and should in those scenarios pick different options, but as a Fox player, if they never tech those up smashes, then it's kind of like, why should I mix it up if I get it, right? None is a player that's very good at doing that, hold down tech on Fox's wave shine. At least he used to be. I would assume he still is good at it.
That was surviving.
It was a wild angle.
Yeah, really good angle to sweet spot the edge there, avoid the counter.
Ooh, that was good recognition by Leffen.
Wild angle.
Yeah.
I think that's a underrated aspect in Melee that people don't think about too much, is that it's so important to know if your opponent is going to land on the ground before you can get a move out. You can very often see, even in high level play, that someone attacks right as someone is about to land on a platform, and they land barely before your move comes out, and they kind of like give away the situation. It's so important to recognize, will they land before my move comes out or not? If not, then you can attack early. If they will land before your move comes out, then you have to let them land and then attack. Really important.
Spot the edge there, avoid the counter. Oh, Leffen goes for the double grab, not quite going to get it. Let's see what Zain's got here on this stock. Oh, Leffen almost finding the dash attack up smash.
Ooh.
See what Zain's got here on this stock. Oh, Leffen almost finding the dash attack up smash.
He did get the jab, damn. I probably would have gone for down tilt, which is a little bit more of a commitment. But that jab, yeah, it was barely. Yeah, he got the second jab.
The up throw upper will do it. The stock. Oh, Leffen almost finding the dash attack up smash.
And I also like what Leffen does here. Not enough Foxes is doing this, and don't ask me why. But when Leffen does this up for up air, as we can see, actually, let's go slightly further. You can see that Leffen, he drifts a lot to one side. He's drifting a lot to the left here. Why he's doing that is to try to make it harder for Zain to SDI out of the up throw up air. A lot of people, when the Marth or whatever character don't DI at all on the up throw, a lot of Foxes just jump straight up. But if you drift to one of the side, you try to read where they smash DI, then you make it harder for Marth for sure to get out.
And the up throw up air will do it. So Leffen back on the board, about to have a chance to take this game 1.
Yeah, very even for how much of a deficit that Leffen had going into that stock.
Yeah, with this
Very even for how much of a deficit.
Yeah, I can't really blame Leffen for going for it, but it can be a habit too many Foxes have when they land, that they always go into a spot dodge, afraid of the grab. But Zain is very used to that and grabs the spot dodge. Of course, if Leffen doesn't spot dodge, it doesn't mean that Marth can't do anything. It's just that it's a very common habit for Fox players that they always spot dodge as they land if they don't hit. I'm not saying Leffen is doing it every time, but more that other foxes might do it all the time.
The deficit that Leffen had going into that stock.
Yeah, and with this matchup, with how important the counter picks are, you really want game one.
Yo, definitely. Because then you have FD at your disposal.
Right.
You have a couple counter picks.
Okay, on Leffen.
Because then you have FD at your
Important the counter picks are, you really want game one.
Yo, definitely. Then you
I kind of like this down air from Leffen. Partly down air, especially if it's staled, then it's pretty easy to shield grab down air. So Leffen lands behind, which means he can't get shield grab. But also if Zain was going to go for a late wave dash out of shield, that he didn't recognize that Leffen was in the air, going to down air early enough, then he might have wave dashed into it.
FD at your disposal.
Right.
You have a couple counter picks.
Okay, on Leffen.
Ooh.
Because then you have FD at your disposal.
Right.
You have a couple counter picks.
Okay.
That was really good. That was really
FD at your
good.
disposal.
Right.
You have a couple counter picks.
Zain, yeah, we talked about this scenario a little bit earlier, but with CC, but it also applies to shield. Zain gets a fair very close to Leffen. He tries to dash away, Leffen gets a quick shine, and catches Zain turning around with a shine.
Okay.
FD at your disposal.
Right.
You have a couple counter picks.
Okay, on Leffen. Okay.
FD at your disposal.
Right.
You have a couple counter picks.
So yeah, in this scenario, when Leffen gets the shine, it's two things. Either you predict the panic up E, and you try to shine that, or you go to the ledge because you think they're going to try to sweet spot. That's normally the two main things you go for.
Okay.
That was pretty good by Zain. That was a pretty good up B.
Side B recovery.
That side B was genius.
It was
that
so
allowed him
good.
to get off.
And
It
he's got a
it
forward smash.
Pushed Leffen off just perfectly and genius.
It was
that
so
allowed him
good.
to get off.
This one is also... I'm pretty sure I've seen Leffen do this as well, but I'm not quite sure. But in these type of scenarios, it's so common that Marth wants to down tilt Fox going to ledge. What I personally like to do is that I like to aim my up B. This is a tricky angle though, based on where Leffen is located. But one thing I like to do is that when Marth goes here to down tilt, I like to aim at his head. Marth still can hit the down tilt even if you aim at his head, but it's a kind of tricky timing and you don't fly very far from the down tilt normally, even if it does hit. And I've done this against Zain and Mewtwo King, and it's very common that they actually get hit by the up B if you aim for their head. Then some people might say, oh, but what if they F smash? Well, if they F smash and you go high, then many times they won't be able to punish you. Because you go above them, they're stuck in lag. Then some people might say, oh, what about double jab? Well, double jab doesn't cover ledge. So it's a mix-up to your recovery that I think is very good against Marth that not enough people are going for. I'm pretty sure, unless my Smash memory fails me here, I'm pretty sure game 1 at Genesis 3 when I played against PPMD. So yeah, game 1, we played Fox, Marth, and Yoshi's. I actually did kill him with an uppy like that. When I aimed for his head, he did down tilt, and I got an uppy up air. So if you want to see an example, that could be an example.
Off just perfectly and gets the down tilt for the edge guard, and Zain
Set over Leffen and Smash and Splash, but it seemed like he couldn't close out some close sets sometimes. But I think Smash and Splash, but it seemed like he couldn't close out some close sets sometimes. But I think in that regard, he's gotten so much better over the past few months.
Oh yeah,
to a year.
Taking
Ooh, that jab was
So
interesting.
much better over the past few months.
Oh yeah,
to a year.
taking entire tournaments even in recent history. So props to Zain. Again, I think this set actually dictates a lot of how the tournament is going to go in general.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good shorten by Leffen, but I wonder if Zain wouldn't have enough time to... I feel like if Zain timed his fair, like he timed it really, really early, and then double jab, I feel like he would have gotten this. I think if he timed fair even earlier and then started to double jab. Oh, Fox disappears. Hey, Fox. Hey, Fox.
Yeah, for sure. And
good tech chase with up B.
See what this edge guard is. Up air, up air.
Ah, that was that was bad by Zain.
Edge guard is up air, up air.
He did the right thing.
Great tech chase.
He did the right thing where he covers with up air. Leffen can't really go anywhere. He does the weak up air, setting up for a tipper, but yeah, he doesn't execute or react in time.
Waiting out the up B that time.
Yeah, but he does not get the punish. Unfortunate for Leff there.
Damn, that was crazy that he got the shine. Zain timed the jab quite late, so Leffen actually gets pretty far in. You see how far Leffen makes it? And that distance helps a little bit with getting this shine. If Zain timed the jab earlier, that shine would not have worked, I'm pretty sure. Maybe with some Wizzy smash DI, but I don't know. Yeah, see, Leffen always, like, he pretty much always gets, like, the perfect angles to ledge.
That was crazy smash DI into that shine.
And then the angle. Oh,
yeah, that was reaching just slightly, but I don't blame him.
I actually wonder in some of these scenarios if running off side B might be the best as Marth. I'm not quite sure, but because if you run off and you do like back air or something, Fox will use wall tech and you're in a risky position. I wonder if running off, timing Fox's non-up B hitbox, like the last 10 frames, and do side B. But it would have to be spaced, because if it's not spaced, you're probably going to get shined. I don't know. That's just an idea. I'm not sure. I'm not a Marth player myself, but that's just something that crossed my mind. To give you enough time to get to ledge, and then work from there.
Okay. That was crazy smash DI into that shine.
And then the angle. Oh.
Yeah. Also important aspect in melee as well. Here, you need to recognize, do Fox have enough hits done here for my F smash to connect or not?
Oh.
It was not.
And then the angle.
Very important to tell. Can he jump out in time or not? Because if people can jump out in time, people tend to jump like 9 out of 10 times.
Okay, a little bit of a risky play there, but Leffen smartly pulled. Leffen might turn this stock around. Okay, a little bit of a risky play there, but Leffen smartly.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. I feel like, if I remember correctly, Leffen did punish Zain's like re-grabs to ledge quite a few times.
Yeah, really good recognition. Got him at it.
In game 1, this time Leffen able to capitalize.
Yeah.
This is a shine up smash, if it worked out, that Zain could have hold down and teched up smash. If it was like a traditional, you know. Now he was in the air and it didn't quite work out.
Nice, just jumping back to ledge, 100% KO.
Yeah.
Also, this is a common habit a lot of people have. Is that if they can, people like to jump, go above ledge. So they jump, go above ledge, and grab the ledge. This so they don't have to up B or side B. A lot of times, if people can get away with not using up B or side B, that's something people tend to do.
Nice, just jumping back to ledge. Leffen actually playing really well.
Damn, not dying at 198.
CBI from left, but a little low on the side B.
Right.
Not gonna make it back. Okay, Zain gets a fair. Zain's so good with these counter fairs now in the neutral because it used to kind of just be.
Was that the right call?
Fairs now in the neutral because it used to kind of just be. Okay, he's gonna dash dance forever until he gets a grab. Right. But now he's got the option of fairing you in case you're trying to anticipate the dash dance grab. He can just catch you out with the fair and then immediately go into the grab anyway. So strong.
Oh,
that was close.
Down air almost gets the spike. What an angle from Leffen. Oh, going for the quick down air almost gets the spike.
Yeah, Zain a little bit late there. A little bit late.
Down air almost gets the spike. What an angle from Leffen. Actually,
yeah.
Back air.
It still would have covered if Leffen went to ledge, but it didn't cover like Leffen being stuck in up B.
From Zain and does the drop zone forward air?
Yeah, and he's ready for the side B to ledge as well. Zain doing very well so far.
Yeah.
Against Leff.
A reset back to neutral.
Oh, that's good.
A reset back to neutral.
Yeah, Marth's short up nair actually goes quite high. It actually goes quite high, so we can see here how Leffen dashes under the nair.
Oh, the raw smash from Leffen is gonna do it.
Still an even game.
Super even right now, and obviously Leff pretty much needs this game, or else he's gonna have to contend with double FD.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Or else he's gonna have to contend with double FD. But what an edge guard! Pretty much needs this game, or else he's gonna have to contend with double F right now.
I'm not 100% sure if this works against Sweet Spot or not. I'm not gonna promise anything, but at the very least it looks like a pretty good option. Because what Leffen is doing here is he's standing all the way out, right? So when Marth is hitting him with the up B, you can see that the Marth scoops Fox from behind, right? So instead of pushing Leffen towards the stage, it's pushing him out. So he goes like off stage. And that's when Leffen gets the chance to shine. I've also done this, but I'm not 100% sure if Marth can't sweet spot around it or not.
Contend with double FD, but what an edge guard from the big left.
Oh my god. That's the largest left combo we've seen thus far in this set.
The crouch cancel near the edge
To get the shine.
purposely trying to get hit by that up B so he could get the free shine kill. And on Dreamland especially, it's kind of pineapple.
Oh,
hit by
that was crazy.
The free shine kill. And on Dreamland especially, trying to get hit by that up B so he could get the free shine kill. And on Dreamland.
Let's see what happens here exactly. Yeah, that was crazy. That worked out crazy good for Leffen.
Super nice from Leff. Playing very well right now, especially defensively.
Leffen looking like he's warming up a little bit.
From Leff. Playing very well right now, especially defensively.
Leffen looking
Yeah, that's the spot dodge I was talking about. This time it worked out for Leffen. Jumping aerial, notice he will miss, and try to spot dodge. It can be quite hard to grab people before that spot dodge. Leffen himself is actually very good at that in the Fox Ditto. And if people whiff a nair, to like grab people in that little lag you have between the nair and the spot dodge.
I think that was a crouch cancel for Zain on the shine to prevent the up smash.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Oh, that was, yeah, a little bit of a flub in the movement from Zain there.
Oh,
Damn, yeah, that's the second time Leffen falls for the back throw with no DI.
situation's rough for Fox. Oh, but
oh wait, what happened? I looked away.
Yeah, that situation's rough for Fox.
Yeah, that's yeah. Zain's ledge play has been punished quite a bit now. I'm gonna miss the party.
He definitely does. So I kind of see.
That's what they said. Don't miss the party.
The strongest Marth. Yeah, he definitely does. So I kind of see where Zain's coming from, but of course.
I actually hate non-neutral starts. Starting right by the edge. I wish it was used neutral starts from the start, but whatever.
But of course, the strongest Marth versus Fox counterpick coming out. So I kind of see where Zain's coming from, but of course. Yeah,
Zain is really good at getting, like, doing pivots and then getting the grab against air dodges. Double jab, yeah, air dodge. That's the one we talked about earlier. That even though Leffen get jabbed, most Foxes here would just fall down and up B every time. Foxes, if you're watching, remember this air dodge. It's really good. Like, sure, Zain can still grab it, but why not make it as hard as possible for the Marth, right? Because the thing you also can do with that air dodge is that you should make it very, very, like, you should make the air dodge, how do you say? You should make it hard for the Marth to tell if you're gonna land in front or behind him. Which you can see that that's what Leffen is doing. Like, he air dodge. And then, like, he's like in the middle of the body. And then he decides to drift a little bit to the ledge, and Zain misses. A lot of people always make it like super clear that they're going all the way in. You should try to position yourself in the middle of the Marth, and then at the last split moment, like, or split second, choose if you go in or out. Yeah, this is the scenario I talked about earlier when we talked about the side B with Marth. This is the scenario I imagine that you could create for yourself if you did the side B. That you have the ledge with invincibility, and then you can, like, do reverse nair, for example.
Look, he's making him work for it. Yeah. He's making him
Good down tilt.
Rough, man.
Look, he's making him work for it.
Yeah.
He's making him work
He
for
definitely
it.
is.
Yeah, catching, moving backwards.
Okay.
Oh, chain grab.
Yep.
Chain grab from Zain.
Oh, missing the chain grab.
Jump back air out.
Yeah, able to get that slight DI into the jump back air, get out of there. But again, it's so hard to completely
I haven't seen
prevent
Zain
one.
really go off stage at all versus Leffen. I tend to see him go off stage a lot when he play against Foxes and like kind of react to side B, or if they side B he fair, and if they up B he jumps one more time outwards and fair. Against Leffen he tends to stick to stay on stage. I'm not sure if it's because he respects Leffen too much or what it is.
Still in good shape.
It's really not, even though Zain might be messing up just a little bit on some of these combo situations, because it's FD, he still nets so much off of his initiation.
He gets a ton of damage, and then he's still got.
Yeah, there he went for. There he went for it.
Ton of damage, and
I think
then
that was like pretty much the first time. So what Zain does is he jumps out, he positions himself around the same height as Fox, slightly lower in case Fox fast falls. He wants to be ready to have enough time to react and fast fall fair. So he positions himself slightly below Fox. He reacts to the side B. He jumps fair. And if Leffen went for up B, then he would also, you know, time accordingly to that.
Look at this!
Oh man,
Like Zain, I mean, Leffen did so well in the defensive end.
he really did. He did everything he could have, but Zain is just pretty good, man.
It's a rough counter pick.
This counter pick is very difficult. Again, it's just so easy for Marth to get grabs against Foxy on this stage. But Marth finally gets that up throw up air to take the first stock. Zain's still in good shape, obviously.
That's why game one matters so much, man. Being able to.
Yeah, Zain tends to do much more aerials than down tilts. A lot of Marth players tend to do so many down tilts against Foxes, and it's easy to get in with short up down air. I think maybe that's like, because if I recall correctly, when I played friendlies with Zain at Summit a year ago, then he tended to do much more down tilts, and yeah, he started to adapt more with like using more aerials. And then like kind of like mixing it up, like how he drifts and how early / late he fast falls the aerial, which makes it a bit tricky to get in with running shines. Kind of feels like Leffen is not even attempting to get in sometimes. Maybe I would like to see a little bit more of that.
Got a point. No, this stage especially though, it's rough for Fox.
I don't feel too bad about this matchup on other stages, but on FD, I feel like
Yeah,
dang,
in particular. Fox just.
That was dangerous. That was dangerous. Right here, Leffen, he goes for ledge. I think Leffen expected Zain to like maybe fast fall, so he wants to take ledge. But since Zain doesn't go low and he goes high, now like it's a pretty tricky scenario for Leffen to get the punish, but he still manages to do it.
Combos that Fox can do on the stage that make it pretty decent for Fox, but man, Marth just runs away with it sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, and Zain with the late reaction. Oh, and the double jab.
Yeah, Leffen likes to do the double jab because people try to like time, you know, getting out from the jab. Some characters like Puff, for example, might be able to like air dodge after, you know, a jab. So a second jab can like mess up with people's timing when they try to get out. Sometimes the second jab gives just enough damage for the up smash to kill as well.
Because I think Zain DI'd that one up and he would have been able to jump out. And wait a second.
That's what I'm saying, man. Some of the Fox combos on FD.
Wow,
Wait, what?
What a mid Jordan from left, and what a
That was unusual from Zain.
Oh my god.
Leffen's defensive play and his recovery has been so good.
It's been insane.
Damn,
Leffen's
damn.
defensive play and his recovery has been so good.
It's been insane.
Oh my, what is this angle?
Wow, this turnaround.
What, how did Leffen get that shine?
TSM Leffen is suddenly in the lead. What is happening right now?
Did you see the lead?
Yeah, Leffen ready for the back throw setup this time.
This is actually crazy from Leffen right now. And
Didn't he have enough time to F smash?
Right now.
I feel like he could have F smashed.
Oh no, kind of threw away that stock with the forward air.
I mean, he did so much work on that stock. I don't think he can feel too bad about it, but he's got to keep composure now.
Yeah, you don't want to give Zain a chance on a stage like FD.
Tsukimushi, thank you for the 23 months.
Zain a chance on a stage like FD.
Yeah.
One grab could spell defeat for Leffen right
Ooh,
now.
that down tilt.
I like the little wave dash back.
Right. Oh, and
That was also good by Leffen. He's doing a few lasers, kind of like, oh, saying you have to go, come to me, and then he immediately attacks instead. It's like laser, and early nair. That's good. Because sometimes when people start seeing lasers, they think like, oh, you're in like passive mode. But instead of that, Leffen just attacks early. That's good. That was good. Oh, no. That was an unfortunate tournament winner.
Oh, wow. And the grab for Zain.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. One grab, that's all you need.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Again, okay. It feels like quite a few times Zain haven't been ready for if Leffen is out of hit stun or not.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. One grab, that's all you need. Wait a minute. One grab, that's all you need.
Yeah.
One grab, that's all you need.
It's, yeah, as I said earlier, it's so important to recognize when does your opponent have enough time. Or like, when will they get out of hit stun? I wonder if Zain could have delayed his up airs a tiny bit. Because if he would have delayed them a tiny bit, assuming he had enough time for it, the Fox will fall down a tiny bit if you delay it like frame perfectly. Which means that when he wants to do the fair, Fox will be a tiny bit lower, and maybe that could have made a difference.
And left able to DIL jump out. Claps from the cloud, but it might not matter.
Yeah, that was good by Zain. That was the correct play. You should feel confident enough to just fall down and do the down air.
Äntligen premiär för Sibyllas Epic Oomph Burger. Välkommen till Sibylla. Ha det gott.
It would have been nice for Leffen to have that counter pick advantage, but now he's got Yoshi's. Not a bad stage for Marth either, so to have that counter pick advantage. Gone right back to FDE, but it would have been nice for Leffen to have that counter pick advantage, but now he's got Yoshi's. It would have been nice for Leffen to have that counter pick advantage, but now he's...
This is such a classic. Mewtwo King is really good at this, and as I was saying, doing this as well. When you get a shine as Fox, but you're like not quite gonna be able to convert it into a grab, like truthfully, what Marth players tend to do, I guess Zain does this a lot as well, is that if Fox, in scenarios when you can't get the grab, Marth players always dash away and then grab you during your whiffed grab. So if you do a shine as Fox against a Marth like Mewtwo King or Zain, for example, and you notice that, you know, my grab is not going to be true, then expect the dash away and attack, you know, in that location instead of doing the grab.
Got Yoshi's. Not a bad stage for Marth either, so
Yeah,
Leffen's gonna obviously have a much easier time getting out of Zain's punishes though.
for sure.
Leffen's gonna obviously have a much easier time getting out of Zain's punishes though.
Yeah.
Leffen's gonna...
Not every time, of course, but one punish I like to do, especially on this stage, since the ceiling is so low, when you up throw someone on the platform, onto the top platform, I like to do the falling up air. Often you can get like super early kills with Fox on this stage.
Punishes though.
For sure. On the opposite end, Marth does have
Like you do the falling up air to cover tech in place.
the platforms.
Much cancel grabs from Zain, so good. Oh!
That's actually,
Oh, that killed?
Oh!
Yeah, that was good. Traded with aerial with up smash.
So
Very
smart,
good trade.
Hits the shield on the platform on the top plat and knows that he has time to land and bait that shit. Hits the shield
Yeah, that's the one we talked about
on the top
earlier.
plat and knows that he has
Leffen, instead of going for like an up B or side B, he jumps,
and
fall to
beat that
ledge.
shield drop from Zain, which he almost always goes for
right.
when you hit a shield on a plat. Really good for
Ooh,
Leff, but
that's good.
Zain
That was good by
answers that.
Zain.
With that forward smash.
He's so consistent at those.
Quick KOs on the stage.
Yep.
From both ends. I like that, doing the forwarder and then immediately trying to crouch cancel, anticipating Leffen to come out with a defensive.
Ooh, okay.
Immediately trying to
That was
crouch
good by
cancel.
Zain. He recognizes that Leffen is not gonna land on the platform, and he gets the fair barely before he lands. That was good.
And gets the Ken combo.
Just
Many Marths probably would have waited for the landing, but Zain recognized that he wouldn't land in time, which probably messed up Leffen's DI.
really, too. It didn't look like it was quite doable, but Zain managed to find it.
Yo, why is Zain so good?
He's hella good.
When did this happen?
Past 2 years, huh?
He's so young.
Past year and a half.
Oh
crazy.
my god.
Okay. Oh! dash attack. Up air from... Okay. Oh.
God.
Not a big fan of the shield. That's kind of like saying not trusting his reactions.
Dash attack. Up air from Leffen.
I like the little anticipation, like patting his leg that you say from Zain. Like he's hyping himself up.
He's keeping himself hyped, trying to like stay focused.
Yeah, he's like,
stay sharp.
I'm one game away from beating Leffen.
Right.
This game 5.
Yeah, and you know,
I didn't quite like that.
Yeah, and you know, I did mention that the upset on Leffen and Smash and Splash kind of put Zain on the map a couple years ago. For sure. Since then, Leffen's kind of been messing him up though. Like the last few sets have been greatly in Leffen's favor. So Zain.
Yeah, how many sets have they played since that Smash and Splash set? And I know they played it full bloom, but probably another one or two. Yeah, that was also good. Leffen recognizes Randall, falls on Randall, or air dodges on Randall to be more correct. Randall play is actually so important. Too many players don't use it, but you can use Randall nicely. Leffen uses it so he doesn't have to up B or side B. He can quickly get his shield out, and then he gets an up smash.
Onto the cloud from Leffen, and he converts it. Might be able to finish this kill. Oh, cloud from Leffen, and he converts it. Might be able to finish this kill. Oh,
Randall, give it and take it away.
That was a good back air. Making sure that no smash DI, and at the very least Marth will go quite a bit off stage.
It's the get on my level logo. Randall's coming into play, baby. Oh,
yeah, that was a good. Marth's down tilt do not hit a sweet spot jump to ledge. It can be a bit tricky, but you know, the better people get to the game, the more common it's gonna be that people jump below the down tilt.
Again, the defensive play from Leffen, but he keeps getting caught. Okay.
Can't get the tech chase on the platform. Oh my God.
Leffen's moving.
The crouch cancel into the shine. Leffen, what's he gonna get off this?
Oh, what a shine. And where's he going? But he doesn't get. Oh my.
Off this.
Oh, what a shine. And where's he going? But he doesn't get.
Damn, that was really unfortunate for Leffen.
He's doing really well, but okay, it's a forward throw. Oh my God, this is moving. He's doing really well, but okay, it's a forward throw.
That was actually smart by Zain. That was very subtle, but you can see Zain here. When he lands over here, he goes into light shield, right? Since he does light shield here, he's trying to protect himself from shine grab.
Oh my God, this is scary now for Leffen.
And then he did go for the shield drop in the end. But that's like kind of like saying to Leffen that shine grab is not going to work here. Because if you light shield, you get pushed further when someone hits you.
Why are women better suited to the calm than men? Because we're used to faking it.
5. This is so.
Zain had to do a ledge dash to keep himself even safe.
Yeah.
To get back on stage.
Yeah, and it looked.
Had to do a ledge dash to keep himself even safe.
Yeah.
To get back on stage.
Yep, that was good nair by Leffen. Very common, as always. Marth's dashing back. Leffen does the nair. Like, look at how Leffen overshoots the nair. Like, his nair goes practically all the way to the edge. Barely hits. A lot of Foxes would have done an earlier nair and then got him themselves grabbed.
Like Leffen is coming out of the gate right where he left off in game 4. Moving already. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, Zain has DI'd in on pretty much every up smash. Normally DI in on up smash can be good if you don't want to go off stage, right? But now is low enough damage where Leffen actually could convert it into even a kill. Damn, that's so rough. Yeah. That should never happen, really. Like, if Zain had in like a lot of damage, but he knew he would survive the up smash, DI in is fine. Because you don't want to go off stage and be... you don't want to be off stage and potentially get edge guarded, right? Then it's better to be above and try to get your way down. But here, DIN led to his death. And the second mistake Zain is doing is not only holding in on the up smash, it's also DI to the left here. If he DI'd to the right, it would have been so much harder for Leffen to actually get the second up air. But now, when Zain DI's to the left, Leffen gets the entire left side on the top platform to work with to get the dash out very easily. He's not gonna fall off from the platform and easily can convert into another up air. Yo, what's up, Humpe? Thank you for 27 months.
Zain on the ropes a little bit. And of course, it's only one stock so far, but Zain really needs to answer back. And
Ooh, did Leffen land there or
one
not?
stock so far, but Zain really needs to.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. It turned out very good for Zain, at least.
Yeah, getting a dare like that.
Yeah, so back to even right now. This is game 5 in classic rivalry at this point.
Oh my
Leffen
God,
versus
dude.
Zain. In classic rivalry at this point.
Oh my God,
Leffen versus
dude.
Zain.
Leffen's getting kind of hot. Damn.
Leffen, since the last stock of game 4.
Yeah, didn't work out for Leffen, but it's a pretty standard thing to do against Marth when you want to edgeguard Marth. You have invincibility at the ledge, and then you try to do a rising backer to just beat out Marth's up B. Didn't quite work out that time, but it's a pretty standard technique to edgeguard Marth.
Oh, okay. A little bit late on that, but up throw up air, and that's going to connect. Leffen with a strong stock lead in game 5.
Yep.
Are we going to see the return of GOML Leffen?
Yep.
Are we going to see the return of GOML Leffen? Or
Yeah, that was a good slide off.
are we going to see the return of GOML Leffen? Or Zain?
Yeah, Leffen could have jumped earlier here, so we see that here. Zain does an early up air, Leffen gets a slide off here, right? Now he's actionable. Now he can start doing things. I actually think maybe he could have actually done a down air immediately. Maybe. But if you want to keep it safe, you can jump right away and start shielding on platform. And you often have enough time to start shielding.
Leffen
But Leffen delays it a little bit and he gets punished for
able
it.
to make the upset.
Zain has something to say about it.
No! Wait, why did he even do fair? I feel like just F smash here would have been better.
Say about it. Oh, doesn't
Because fair, a good fox against this fair would not hold in. They would like go barely out enough where Marth couldn't convert truthfully. So I think F smash would have just been simply better.
something to say about it. Oh, doesn't get the forward air for the edge guard.
Oh, wow.
That was really good. That was really good.
Doesn't get the forward air for the edge guard.
That second fair.
Oh, wow. That,
Yo, dude,
that was
that's
so
that was
good.
so good. The second forward
That
air.
was so good.
No,
Oh,
Marth.
my
No
God.
Marth combos like that,
That
dude.
was so good by Zain.
Ooh, that was good.
Oh, my
No
God.
Marth combos like that,
That
dude.
was so good.
He ledge dashed through the
by Zain.
shine, gets the F smash.
Anyone's game right now. 2 stocks apiece. Game 5. Oh, my God.
That is not an easy forward air to hit.
Yep.
2 stocks
Leffen is good at that. He used to punish Mutikin quite a bit for it as well. Marth does, you know, the down throw. They want their dash attack or a down tilt. And Leffen shine stall once, barely avoids the down tilt, jump over and down air.
That was nutty.
Oh, there's actually the up smash tech that we talked about earlier. So Fox does a shine, Marth hold down, and you can tech. Zain does tech away here though, so now he doesn't get a follow up. If he teched in place, that would have been a grab, or anything that is like around 7 frames or faster. I don't know exactly how much time you have, but I do know grab works. If you play like Peach or Sheik, for example, you can do down smash if they have like, you know, low damage if you're Peach, and high damage if they're Sheik. So yeah.
Nutty by Zain.
And look at that tech off the up smash. These
Dude,
guys are
these-
playing top level melee.
These guys are in the zone right now. Both of them want this so bad. Okay, forward air from Zain. Gets an up air. Oh, not able to follow.
Oh, tries to go for the dash.
Ooh, that was
Gets an up air. Oh, not able to follow.
another time where Zain thinks he has enough time to punish, but Leffen barely jumps out in time.
Oh,
If he covered that jump with fair, that would have been sick.
get it.
Good shot at a shield from Leffen.
Yeah. Oh, good short.
Shorten around the down tilt.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
Around the down
I would have loved to see Leffen turn around up tilt here. If he turned around up tilt, he could have converted that. Because Fox's up tilt is like a little bit weird with like how you can DI the move. You can't really DI behind the Fox, but you can DI in front. You get like super slightly further behind, but like basically nothing.
Okay, gets gets in there, and that'll do it.
And taking the lead.
Taking his first stock lead of Game 5.
So back
Oh my
and forth.
God,
What's
this
going
is
on?
anyone's
Ooh.
match.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gets it one laser dash attack into up.
But that barely kills as well.
Oh, okay. Gets it one laser.
Yep, that's the dash attack we talked about earlier. Leffen predicts Zain to move towards him, and he throws out an early dash attack.
Dash attack into up.
And since Zain also moved towards Leffen, his DI is also gonna be towards Leffen.
Laser dash
So he gets the
attack
kill.
into up.
Barely.
Barely gonna kill.
Dude, the crowd is coming alive for this Game 5.
Indeed, Game 5, a
Last
spot in winner's semis on the line right now.
Missing his wave
Execution
shot.
error.
Smash instead. Slight technical flub.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Zain really tends to do more drifts towards the Foxes. Like, on the last fair before he falls down. Leffen almost gets the punish there. I think if he did a shine there, it would have worked out perfectly. I think that's one thing Leffen might pick up on next time, or if you watch this review. But Zain tends to go like forward on the last fair.
Technical flub.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Okay,
gets the
Zain
tech chase.
gets a grab.
Oh.
Ooh, gets a weak hit on the up air. It's a little bit slow.
Grab.
Oh.
Oh, good crouch cancel by left butt.
Yeah, I think Zain expected that
Grab.
that he was on time, but he's barely off, and then Leffen gets the spot dodge. This is a thing that Marth and Falcon players tend to be very good at, because they get a lot of knockdown scenarios into tech chases, so they tend to be very good at, you know, knowing, do I have enough time to punish, or do they have enough time to spot dodge? If they have enough time to spot dodge, you often see Falcons do short hop knee, you often see Marth wait and then grab, but you know, we're all humans, we can't be all perfect. Ooh, that was so close. That was so close.
Oh, this is a bad grab.
I feel like if Leffen waited a tiny bit with that jump, that would have been it.
This is a bad spot for Zain.
Yeah, if he waited a tiny bit with the jump, he could have shined Zain.
Oh,
And that most likely would have been
bad spot
it.
for Zain. What a counter fair.
Yeah, that fair was so smart because the way he did the forward throw.
No, not the hold in and up smash again.
Yeah, that fair was so
Holds in
smart.
again.
The way he did the forward throw. He
Get
was
up air. Another up air. Yeah, that's what costed him the first stock.
Bad spot for Zain right now.
Oh,
Up throw.
Yeah, good recognition on the grab by Leffen.
Bad spot for Zain right now.
Oh,
Up throw. Up throw.
oh,
Back air.
But he DI'd it anticipating the up air. So he
Indeed.
kind of went too far.
And Leffen.
Damn.
He's gonna finish the
Yeah, that was very close. That was a very close set. So yeah, I feel like we went over a lot of aspects on the matchup. A lot of aspects, a lot of things that could be done, a lot of things that they did good, stuff they didn't do as good. So yeah, no, it was a fun set review. Hope you all enjoyed it. Time for questions.